Two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, of course, I'm your favorite random man, future king of YouTube. Tennis is in the building today. And so, welcome to my first ever, I guess, ranking or tier list. I don't know what to call this, but I'm not by myself. Who is this lovely person in this party with me? Go ahead, please introduce yourself.
Hello, it's Chaos Council, Max. It's been a minute, but I'm here. I'm alive.
So, guys, if y'all don't know, me and Max, we are big Resident Evil fans. We love Resident Evil. So there's technically 7 movies in this series. So my mind's like, I'll talk about doing this tier list for a while, or ranking, whatever you want to call it. I say, no, I can't do it by myself. I need somebody who got the same love and almost hate for some of these films as me. This passion. You're right. The passion is a good neutral word we got here. So, very, very passionate. So, we're gonna be talking about our favorite Resident Evils, and we're gonna rank them from best to worst. And we're going to pretty much say why. That's why this video is going to be stupid long, possibly. We're going to go. It's also going to be complaining.
Games, dude. So that way we can actually gush over things.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, we might as well. Because, oh my God. So, anyway,
People are just going to see this video and think we hate Resident Evil.
Right. Listen, guys, we don't hate it. Like I said, we love it. I love it. Max and I talk about it almost so many different times, man. I gush.
We'll be playing games that aren't even Resident Evil, and we'll bring up Resident Evil.
We bring up, yes, we do. We play what? Even before they brought in Nemesis, and so we was talking about Resident Evil. Then we was playing Dead by Daylight. So, I guess we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I guess I'll start. Okay. So Max, this is how we do. We both say our number ones. Then we both say our number twos. Then we go on from that.
Okay.
So that way we stay on par. So off the bat, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The first Resident Evil movie. I think that's that's my number one because. Yeah. We only doing. Okay. Yeah, we are gonna run to the CG movie, and when we do the CGI movies, we're gonna add Into Darkness or whatever it's called. I'm sorry, we just talked about it. Infinite Darkness. We're gonna add that to the mix too, but That's another video. So my reason that is my number one, because again, Max really helped me with my review when I did the whole Resident Evil marathon reviews. Like the stuff about they really wanted that to be close to the games, and it had so many different changes that made it interesting. But the one they went with was it's like, let's tell a story before everything happened in the mansion. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Because before, if I'm remembering right, Matt, before Resident Evil 0, we don't know nothing what happened into the mansion. So I thought that was pretty interesting that they went that route.
Do you know you have to read the files and stuff in game?
Yeah, that's true.
Which is like chill, because I like reading the files, but not everybody does. So
I'm one of those people right now.
The loading screens in Resident Evil 5 were very weird because.
Oh yeah. Definitely that. The lore for that was great. Like I remember, before he passed, I think what's the name? George A. Romero. He was trying to make it close. Yeah, I know Max Lima. I know. he wanted to make it close to the video games, like even with classic creatures and all that stuff. But there was a huge setback because I don't want to keep going with, but but it's like well, Max, I'll let you take over from there because then you can tell everybody what's your number one.
I do want to preface my point of view saying that I have not seen the last live action one. Not Welcome to Raccoon City, but India, the other, like
the final chapter. Yeah.
I've not seen that. But I've seen all the others. But my favorite also is the first one. In a way, I feel like they branched out by doing all new characters. And it was a bold move, but they did it well. They weren't disrespecting the source material. They, like True mentioned,
which we will get into. Which we will get into.
Like True mentioned, they had some of the, like, they had the liquor and everything like that, and they stayed true to it, especially when they bring in, like, the creatures that do a lot of like damage and stuff like that.
Right.
They'll like nerf them almost in the movies, because they're like, well, that's too powerful. Especially the live action ones. They're like, well, we can't have, a tyrant do tyrant things, then it's too powerful. But the movie stayed true to what damage these creatures could actually do. They did the cool laser scene, which was in my opinion.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me, because now I made this mistake once when I did a podcast video about Resident Evil, and I said the game had the laser scene in Resident Evil 4, but come to find out, no, the laser scene came first. Then I was like, okay, so I was like, I made that common mistake, but oh my God, but that was one of the biggest trailers they had for the first movie, and I was like, that laser grid scene is actually kind of dope.
It was,
like,
in my opinion, it was the coolest part of the movie. Like, at that point, it was like, screw the zombies. Laser stuff, that's cool, dude.
And it's like, oh my God.
They did really good with, I've been watching, shout out to the channel Corridor Crew. I don't know if anyone else has heard of them. They do, they're special effects artists, like pros. And they'll go in and they'll do like challenges and stuff, but they also look at movies and video games and stuff like that and explain how things are made and what makes good versus bad CGI.
Right.
And they talk a lot about the systems that are used, like particle systems and stuff like that. And I want to state that for the time when it slices through that guy and the little bits and pieces of his body fall off, even though the camera isn't focused on it, you still see like them slide off of each other as he collapses. That is some of the best CGI.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For that time.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Being out of focus definitely helped. I think that was smart on whose ever job that would have been to state that it should be out of focus, so you can't really see what details they're missing. But
right.
that scene just made that movie great. But enough gushing about that one scene. The rest of the movie it was great. I thought that, I thought it was neat. I liked the whole her waking up and having to figure out where she was.
I agree. Yeah.
There. Normally that's cliche, but they did it in a really tasteful way. There's some twists and turns. You get emotionally attached characters. I thought it was overall a decent movie. It does not disrespect the source material at all. And that's the thing, is like, it doesn't even have to actually be of the games to be a good Resident Evil movie, and I need people to understand that. People are like, oh, well, if you just want the games, play the games. I don't just want the games. Resident Evil, the first movie, was nothing of the games. We didn't have any of the characters that we know and love, none of the areas. It was a prequel. It was great.
It was a great prequel, like I said, because me, since I'm anal about certain stuff like that, it did well. Was like I said, well, how are you gonna do this without this character, that character, and like you said, it done it so well. And it's like, again, doing my own research about it, it was like, oh, we're gonna tell the story before we get to the match crafted story, and it's like, okay, I'm ready for the next one. So it's like,
right,
and it's like God, with Alice and Rain, and like I enjoy Mia's and Michelle Rodriguez's characters, how they was, like she hated, like Rain hated everybody, but she really, you felt Rain, Rain was such a tough person, but she can tell that she really cared for her squad mates.
She wasn't two-dimensional.
Yeah. So like for me,
which is another problem that the movies have way later on.
Yeah, way later on. But but like I said, I was surprised they made the liquor the main big bad in the movie, but again, it kind of worked in a sense where it was like, okay,
Yeah.
like it was a like you said, because they really couldn't.
Fair, the liquors could in fact be like the liquors are so bad, like in real life, they could be the big bad.
They could, yeah.
I mean, Resident Evil just spoiled us with all these cool bosses. Like, let's be honest, one liquor would absolutely murder us.
Oh yeah, Resident Evil 5, real talk. It's like jump on you. It's a done deal. Right? It's a legit done deal. But I did like the when they finally got out of the train station and it was like and I can't remember what the guy. I'll call him Fake Chris. Cause I thought he was Chris Redfield for a hot second. But I mean, the real talk, the first time when I saw the movie, I was like, is that supposed to be Chris? He got the hairstyle. I was like, it can't be Chris though, right? Then when he got, yeah. So then they found out that this guy who was just trying to find his sister, like everything mixed with, and I gotta say the intro part with the elevator scene, oh my god! And they're trying to get out, and her head got stuck, and she's like, "Put me back inside, put me back inside." I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Dog!" I was like, "She gonna get out?" But it like I said, that first film, like I said, you know how much I, am iffy and somewhat passionate. I don't want to use the H word. Passionate. No, that.
ATE. Passionate.
So it was good. It was a good opener for me. I will say that the movie it really opened up that world. So since I went with number one, so Matt, you go ahead and go with your number two. What do you think?
Okay, question. Does number two have to be of the 7 movies that are Paul Wes Anderson's bullshit? Because Welcome to Raccoon City beats the rest of his movies.
You ain't wrong. You are not wrong. But it don't like I said, anything like as long as it's the 7th, it don't have to be it can be whatever. Like besides as long as it's still still in the realm of the live action one, it can be.
Well, if it has to stay with Paul Wes Anderson,
it don't have to be. It don't have to be.
Okay, Welcome to Raccoon City, I feel like is my number 2. Unfortunately, because it's not good either. But my reasoning as to why, let me pause this really quick so I can really get in depth here. So, there are a lot of things wrong with this movie. Okay, this is where we talked pretty great about the first one. You're not getting that energy anymore. All right,
you're
off here.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna start with the good things about the movie.
Okay.
I feel like first of all, Leon was the best part of that entire movie. And no, that's not because I simp for his character and everything he's in. The actor himself, which also doesn't add to the point. I've loved that actor for a long time. He played Beck in Victorious, which I watched growing up. I don't know if anyone else.
I did not know he was on Victorious. I did not know that at all.
He was Beck. He was the pretty boy. And when you see him, he's so funny in a lot of his situations, but he's really embodying what Leon in the remake of Resident Evil 2 actually is. We're seeing these characters only in traumatic situations, right? So we're only seeing that part of them. For a little bit, you see him before anything bad happens, and he embodies the anxiety and nervousness that Leon is in the remake of 2. He has to reassure himself. He has to ask for things, and he doesn't really know what to do. He's very, he's a new guy. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Right.
And I feel like he was great. Him and Claire's interactions were very cute. I felt like Claire was like, "Why are you dumb?" And he was like, "But you're really pretty, so it's okay." And it was cute. I thought it was cute. There's a scene in the movie where Claire is finding out that she almost was basically used as an experiment and very narrowly escaped that opportunity to turn into a zombie, essentially. And it really hits her that she almost wouldn't be where she is today. And Leon's there with her, and he consoles her in a way that isn't creepy, isn't pushy, or anything like that. They have a genuine moment where he's like, "I am so sorry," and it's a very nice scene. In my opinion, I thought it was a really good scene. And the fact that they stick together was great. Also, this is me being petty. The fact that Ada wasn't really there until the after credits scene made this movie so much better. Oh my god, I could not.
You say the after credit scene was a whole lot better than the actual.
No. What I'm saying is can you imagine the chaos that this movie would have been if they had Ada in the actual movie?
Yeah.
There was already so much and so little going on. If they had added Ada's whole section to it, it would have just made it incomprehensible.
Good point. That's a fantastic.
Ada wasn't in there.
Right.
Not because, as y'all know, I don't really like Ada. She plays with people too much. I don't like her.
Too much? That's a whole lot. Leon goes to the ringer.
I like Ada a lot as a character, minus the whole love interest thing. Because I feel like that limits her character, and it really has. She has so much depth, and see, this is another thing, is when I talk about this, they're like, "Oh, but you sent for Leon, that's why you don't like her." First of all, no, shut up. Second of all, her character has so much depth. There is so much there. Even after Resident Evil 6, which people widely hate, and I find is okay, they give so much depth to her character, but she is limited to the man she is sleeping with. She is limited to no, but you laugh at I'm being serious.
Right.
Her whole thing about that is, oh, she was with Simmons, and so now all we see of her is her dealing with her ex-boyfriend.
I ain't think that she's still together.
Wrong?
Like my problem with Resident Evil 6 is like it's not the action bullcrap that everybody say it was. It's like so much stuff could have been so much better with that.
Okay, listen, yes.
Yeah, but again, that's all another video. I don't want to. That's all another video.
About Ada is that I feel like she's a fantastic character with her playing sides.
Yeah, I like that.
That's great.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
They keep limiting to her.
I agree with it.
To Leon and Simmons and these men in her life. She is so much more than them. Like, listen, as much as I love Leon, her story would be infinitely times more interesting if we gave her her own freaking game.
I'll feel better like they would have done like branch Ada. Like I feel like 6 could have been a little bit more. I feel like they didn't give us too much. Like I was like, oh, Ada, so why Ada dated Simmons? But then you play through the game, you kind of see why Ada dealt with Simmons for that time being. But I digress. Wing. I'm not. Again, that's a whole nother video. But
movie wise,
yeah.
I feel like she has so much. She has so much to her that if we were to bring her into this movie, it would have made it more chaotic. And it's weird because I say that, but I feel like half of the movie could have been cut out, and it would have just made more sense. There is a lot of this movie that is just nothing. Nothing going on. So in a way, I feel like they could have added Ada, and it would have done more and added more. But at the same time, if they had added Ada, it would have changed Leon, because Leon and Claire are together through this whole movie. And if
which they should be together. I'm sorry, Claire and Leon should need to be together. I'm pushing for that. I am pushing that until they actually put this thing together.
Which I have a lot to bitch about Infinite Darkness regarding that. I have so much to bitch about Infinite, but that's not this video.
Oh my god.
I feel like if they had, that, but that's ignoring Ada completely, getting back to strictly what is in the movie. I love what they did with Lisa Trevor. I personally loved it. I loved
really?
I thought that in this world where they already set how they were gonna do it, she wasn't probably gonna be in the mansion. Okay, I kind of already accepted that. I didn't think she was gonna be in the mansion or whatever. So having her in this orphanage, I felt like it gave her. I liked that they put her in the eyes of someone good than a villain. Because reading her lore and everything like that,
it is sad. Yeah, it is sad.
One of the saddest moments, and you don't even really know about it unless you read about shit in the game, and that's the sad part. I feel like, is probably the saddest experience in Resident Evil out of everything. There's so much that happened to that little girl, and people only see her as a villain in Resident Evil because, you know, she tries to hurt you.
Right,
but
right.
Seeing her in the space of being a hero, you know, she saves them from this liquor, and she's a good character. It made me so happy. When she killed that liquor, I literally was like, yeah, go!
I did like the part she did kill the liquor. I did like that.
And I've always stated that I feel like Lisa deserved more, and I felt like this movie actually gave her more. I feel like that was probably one of the best decisions that the movie could have made, and I guarantee a lot of people hated it, but I personally felt like it did justice to the character in the sense that it gave her a better ending. And I like that. I feel like Lisa deserved better than what she got in the games, and she got better, so whatever. As for everything else, Wesker, they gave Wesker more of a personality. I think the actor did fine.
I agree with that too. Yeah, I agree with that too as well.
I didn't like the whole Jill being in trying to Chris and Wesker. I feel like Jill and Chris are supposed to be a thing, and even in the movie, like, it was just awkward and weird.
It was. It really was. It really
but
was.
I feel like Wesker was fine. And out of both areas, Leon saved the Raccoon City Police Department area, and Wesker saved the mansion area. I felt like he did great. They gave him a personality. He was forced to do something for some reason. I can't exactly remember what BS, but he wasn't like, oh, I'm just evil, as Chris or as Wesker is in the games. He's just very much like, fuck everyone. That's my motto. And you're like, why? But in the movie, they're like, yeah, like, he has reasoning for it. And I was like, oh, that's so neat. In the after credit scene, he is, spoilers, this is a whole spoiler review, if you couldn't tell by now, I'm sorry. He dies and then is, like, brought back from Ada, ? We don't really know what the hell is going on, but through the process of being brought back, the light is
science.
Super bright. Yeah, science. And she had to give him sunglasses to be able to see indoors. Then now Wesker has his iconic sunglasses. Like, they gave a reasoning for that. In the games, he's just emo. In the games, he's so extra. Like, there's no reason for him to wear those glasses. He takes them off and you shoot them off, and he's just like, okay, cool, and continues. But in this, he's like, I cannot see. It's so bright. And so, like, they gave a reasoning to that. However, the rest of this movie is trash. The rest of this movie is garbage. I literally, like, first of all, the police chief Irons dude, he was cringe. And there's this scene where he's in his car.
Oh, when he's singing? Oh, yeah.
That scene took way too freaking long. Oh my god, that scene was like, what, 8 minutes long? I swear.
It was.
Like,
It did felt long, because, like, if I remember right, because, like, they, in a sense, kind of toned down Chief Irons. So those who ever played Resident Evil 2, or the classic and the remake, Irons was just a grade A psychopath. Because that dude, he, was it the mayor's daughter, if I remember right, the mayor's daughter, he killed her, and, like, the dude was crazy. Thank you. Yeah, taxidermied her, and it's like, it was wild. And, like,
even in the original where he was toned down, because in the original he was very calm and collected.
Yeah.
In the second one, he's a little unhinged.
Yes.
It was still like he was still just the absolute worst piece of shit. Like, a lot of people will say, like, how evil Wesker is and how evil all these other people are. Irons tops them.
Irons is crazy.
In
his own weird way.
He was doing these things before the zombies even happened.
You're right. He messed up, like, the evacuation or the preparation for everything. Because I think, if I remember, the only reason he did this, because, like Umbrella wasn't even giving his money, or something went wrong where he was like, well, I don't care no more. I just say, if I'm gonna die, everybody's gonna die.
Yeah.
Which is one of the lines in the original game.
Pretty much, yeah.
But I guess my number 2, because me and Matt, I was kind of stuck between Welcome to Raccoon City and Apocalypse. But now after talking, I'm going to have to go. My going to have to be Welcome to Raccoon City because it's like, again, you pretty much hit the hammer on the nail. But personally, for me, one of the things that hurt me, like Lisa Trevor's, I can let that slide because again, her story was tragic. To be fair, but like one of the things that hurt me the most was why does Jill have a thing for Wesker? And then you like, if you're gonna go that route, you have to tell me why you're going that route. Just don't say, "Oh, Jill's." Because matter of fact, in the scene, and I said this in one of the trailers. I was like, "Why does Jill?" I said, "Why does it look like Jill have a thing for Wesker?" I would love to know why. Never did it. So then, now we all know that Chris and Claire, all through the Resident Evil series and the indie games they was even part of when they joined together, they have a loving brother-sister relationship. Cool. Yeah. So then, Chris and Claire, they had odds with one another.
Not to mention that, yeah, they hate each other.
Well, okay, and
Chris more hates Claire. Claire's disappointed in Chris. But
yeah. It's still like.
But to be fair, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
First time in my life. Are you ready? To be fair, though, it makes sense for the situation because he's still a part of the police force and STARS. For a system that she knows is broken and is poisoning their citizens. She is mad at him because he's willingly being a tool of the state at this point.
I just wish they further.
In its defense.
In defense. Because I don't want to stay too long in this because, again, I'm going to say maybe a couple parts and we're going to move on to our number threes. But, okay, so one of the biggest things that bothered with this movie, I was like, I could let everything go if they just focus on just one story.
That's another thing.
Like Matt said, the writing was definitely kind of hacked. The pacing was, we don't know where they're going. Then on top of that,
the pacing of this movie is
the pacing. Then hold up, man, because I was hoping you mentioned it. So, because the one thing I was like, so they're going to have Claire and Leon. So I wonder if they're going to have Sherry. Now, mind you, I didn't think Sherry and Ada was going to be in there. I was like, oh, Sherry in here. I what part she going to play? She's just there. I was like, she's just there. She's just there.
She was even in this movie.
But that's how hacked the writing was with it. Because initially what I thought was, they said, oh, we're doing Resident Evil. I'm like, cool. So I'm thinking they're gonna do the mansion. Then we're gonna get, the in the police station. That's why I thought they was going with everything. But then I found out when they put both of them together, I was like, this is not gonna be a good film. Now, granted, the movie it had some good points. I'm not gonna hate on it. It had some good points. Like I said, like Matt said, it was good. Like to me, Leon did save that movie for me. He also, I said, why he the common relief? Then I sit there and think about it. I said, well, Leon does have these one-liners a whole lot.
Oh my God, you right.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I can see why they did it. But Leon cracked me up through the film. Oh God. Oh God.
Where's everybody going? Bingo?
Right? I'm like, come on, bro. You just almost got done in by a whole village. You could have said anything else, but you gonna say, but bingo. Oh, Jesus.
Like, where's everybody going? A cultist orgy? Like, nah.
You could say something else, but bingo. It'd be funny. You hear one of the Gonado say bingo. But yeah, like, I feel like again, like I agree. Welcome to Raccoon City could have been the greatest video game adaptation movies out there, but with the hack writing, the pacing of the movie, then certain characters who just there to be there, I guarantee you, me and Matt could probably do a better Resident Evil than what these great directors doing. You know, and like.
Absolutely could make a better movie than these chumps, and I'm sorry, but it's true.
But then, if you think about this though, you probably had to take some stuff in, but you're gonna put something in there that's gonna at least fit the narrative of the story. Like I'm gonna pick, and this always been my issue with this. I was gonna kind of say this for last, but with Paul W.S. Anderson, he does great making his characters look like the characters. Or dare I say cosplay. But then it's like when you telling the story, it don't fit. Which takes me to our number 3, which is Resident Evil Apocalypse. Okay.
I'm not gonna put this on my number 3. This is where we're gonna separate.
So number 3. So the reason I'm putting it in my number 3 is I love how Jill looks in there. Nemesis, you kind of get a pass. So that's the only thing that saved that movie. That's one that movie kind of get a pass. Now, what hurts this movie, because everybody know how bad a Jill Valentine is in this series.
She's the most badass character out of everybody, in my opinion.
Oh, we're gonna have her take a backseat to Alice. Oh my god. We're gonna have her take a backseat to Alice. Who's Alice? I'm sorry. I keep calling it Resident Evil. I'm gonna say Alice Evil. Excuse me. That's why I call these Resident Alice. But it's like now everybody knows who, like, with Nemesis. Who's Nemesis at the stars? He's at the stars members. He's at the stars. He said stars. He don't say Alice not one time. Not one time. But then he see Alice, he chases Alice. See, and this is the point where you this is like I said, this is where the slope is gonna go downhill, and it's gonna keep going downhill because everything with the Resident Evil series besides Welcome to Raccoon City has to do with Alice. It would have been better if we're just stuck with the characters. And I'm gonna talk more about that once we get towards the end of this thing, because that's all I gotta say about it. Now, I will say this: Mike Epps as LJ, hilarious. I love it. He was funny, and he was surprised he stayed alive in that movie. They even had Carlos in there, and then now remember, if I remember right, Carlos was flirting with Jill.
He does in the game.
Thank you. He does. Yeah, in the game. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Matt. He does.
In the movie.
No. But happy you correct me though. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's what I meant to say. That's exactly what I meant to say. But it's like, I think I'm done with that. Okay, your turn, though. I'm gonna be here for like another hour.
My third is actually, and it's been a hot minute since I've seen most of these. I'm sorry in advance. The one where it starts where they're in Tokyo.
I want to say Retribution. No. I think it's Afterlife. I want to say it's Afterlife. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, Afterlife. Okay.
I liked Afterlife. I thought it was decent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember a whole lot about it specifically, but what I do remember, I enjoyed her having her clones. That was really freaking cool.
Oh yeah, that was pretty dope. Yeah. Was it Afterlife? I gotta double check and see.
Sure, because she's in the little black outfit, right?
Black outfit, yeah. Because I think she's in that black outfit twice. I think it was at Afterlife and Retribution. I want to say, hold on, let me.
Yeah, the fourth film was my third favorite.
Okay.
Which, again, I still have things to bitch about it.
Please do. That's why we're here.
Okay, so I'll start with, first of all, this movie's soundtrack fucking slaps.
Oh my god.
Woo! Soundtrack is
Jesus.
Fire, dude. Like, that Axeman theme is so wicked.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. I love the soundtrack of this movie. I will say that it's so good. It is so good. I liked what was his name? Luther? What was his name?
Luther, I think. Boris Kudrow character. Yeah,
he was great.
Yeah, I enjoy. Yeah, his character was good too. Yeah.
They brought in the Majonis, which is fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
However, if I had to live through one more second of a slow motion cut, I I was gonna kill myself. Why is half this movie in slow motion?
It was.
Jesus. Like,
It was. It really was.
super sped up, and the other half is in slow motion, man. Like, why can't we just let the movie play, dude?
That's true.
Did the editors have a quota that they needed to fill, and we're like, man, I've run out of cool things to put in the scene. Let me slow it down. Speed it up. Like, I don't understand. Another massive problem that I have, which is in one of my favorite scenes. Funny enough, it's when they're facing the executioner, and Claire finishes him off. Okay, in my opinion, Claire is the one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I already know what you're about to say. I feel you.
Back up just for Alice to do basically the same shit that Claire did, but that's what kills him.
But that's my problem with this movie. Everything had to be done by Alice. Everything.
Why is everything about Alice? But we all know why everything's about Alice, because her husband's direct. Yeah, everything's got to end with Alice, and the whole reason for that is her husband.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is like, it says something like, if you can't be in a movie in a lead unless your husband's directing it, like maybe take some acting classes or something. Like, I thought she was fine. I think she's a decent actress. But like, the fact that like your husband is like, it's the same thing as like, it's like the whole stereotype of like rich boy gets everything because of his dad. It's the same vibe.
Right.
Right. Just like, you're still bad. Like, you still can't do shit without their help. Like.
Right.
It's just upsetting. Anyway.
It is. Okay, I guess it's about. So this might. Oh god, yeah. Okay, so my third. So I gotta say, my third. I want to say was. See, now I forgot. Hold on. I forgot. I want to say Retribution will be my third.
Huh?
No, take that back. I'm sorry, because I gotta go with again, it's no one, but I had a hard time wanting to say because it's stuck between Extinction and Retribution, because I love the Retribution soundtrack. It was good. What's it? Yeah, because then we got Ada, Leon, and Retribution. I'm sorry. Now, the good thing about Retribution is we got to see Ada for the first time in.
Good thing about Retribution.
Somewhat good thing.
I'm sorry.
Somewhat. No. You're right. You're all right to feel. You're all right to feel this way. You're all right. I am not knocking you, because these movies are not good. They're good by small measures, and but I loved Ada had her Resident Evil 4. What's it, 4 outfit on? It was kind of I can't remember the name of the actress. I love the actress who played Ada in that movie. She was pretty good. It was cool to see Barry. I was like, yo.
Oh, but you know what they did to Barry? Do you want to explain what they did to Barry?
I'm about to say what I do.
That you like.
Nah. Oh no, you're right. But at the same point, now again, you see, I'm just saying characters. I'm not going off. Now, what irks me with this movie is one, you pretty much kind of rehashing. Let's bring in more clothes of the characters you saw from the first movie. Hey, let's bring in Carlos, who died in Extinction. I'm like, why'd y'all bring him back?
I forgot about that. Oh
but
my God, you're right.
Now, they even had Jill in her classic Resident Evil 5 outfit. That was good. I enjoyed that too. But the greatest offense that they did to my boy Barry, he got killed.
Yep.
And I legit dropped my popcorn watching that movie. I was upset. I was like, yo, my boy Barry here. Even Leon's in there. But Leon, I didn't like the actor who played Leon. He didn't have that much to do. Yes, he had that much to do. And that bothers me. It just, when Barry died, and then he caught I forgot what they call it. But he grabbed that, I'm calling it a Magnum. He grabbed that and shot 2 more people, then he got shot again. And I'm like, why was he even here? Why was Barry here? Why was Barry in? Then on top of that, you know, what like it now this is happening again. Wesker did Ada was working with Wesker for a little bit, just so no to help save Alice, and I'm like, why is Alice still in this movie? It's like again because of Paul, and it's like, honest to God, truthfully, God, I get annoyed when you're, and I hate people say that it's not and it don't be true. This is a love letter to the Resident Evil fan base. Then like the disrespect, because again I'm trying my best to say it because don't you ever watch my reaction to the Resident Evil series? The first one is I go into so much detail, but it bothers me when the only time Leon and Ada have a connection is towards the end of the movie when Leon puts his hand on Ada's leg, then she moves his hand. I'm like, so the movie's over. What's the point of even doing this? What was the whole point of even doing it? Like the whole plot of the movie was to save the Red Queen goes rogue and Wesker needs help. So we're gonna get people some just to help to help save Alice. So the movie like it's dumb, man. I like that's by far one of the worst. But the reason the reason is my top 3 because it was Barry and Ada. I actually love the scenes that they were in. I enjoyed. Even Jill came in, and what hurts me so much, man. What hurt me so much, we lost Luther. That hurts my soul. I was like, hey, so we're gonna have a black man survive this. I'm sorry, it was Clone Rain slapping his chest and dies. That's it. So
I feel like I can't even say anything good about the rest of these movies. I might be a bad person to ask about this.
You and I both gonna be bad because you see all the thing I'm doing. I'm just mentioning characters. I'm just mentioning characters. Okay, so what? All right, so we on. Did you go? You go first to number 3, or did I go first? I think. Well, I'm gonna go first. I don't know either. I'll go first. Okay. So number 4. So what's number 4? I'm going to have to go with it. I'm going to have to say Extinction. It was cool to see Claire, but as Max said earlier, Claire got done. The injustice for Claire was so messed up. And I mean, it's just.
It's not my turn. I need.
So, like, it was cool to see Claire. Again, nothing against Allie later. I think she's a good actress. Matter of fact, if any of y'all remember, I think she played. What did she play? Sonya? No, she didn't play Sonya Blade. But she did she did a show called Heroes, which she was really good in.
I wish it didn't get canceled.
That show definitely shows my love. Odot Fair, I forgot to mention his name from Apocalypse. He was in the first 2 Mummy movies, and he was on Charmed. Again, another good actor. Matter of fact, he was on Deuce Bigalow, Metal Gigolo. He played Carlos. He was a good actor. He died in Extinction. It just really was nothing good about it. And like I said, it was cool to see Claire. It just what hurts these movies for me as we go through this list. Everybody took a backseat to Alice. Like the scene I forgot to mention in Apocalypse, where they took the scene from Code Veronica, where Claire drops the gun and she drops down with it and shoots the barrels. I'm like, yo, that was dope. Then Alice does that in Apocalypse. I'm like, but that's Claire. Claire does that. So it's like, I get when you want to do a movie like this, but the one thing I always hate, and then this part with this is my issue with any director, you take so much stuff out what makes the game great, and then you put too much of your own vision in it, which hurts it. That's all I'm saying. Max, time for your number 4.
I think I'm actually agreeing with you on what's my number 4. Believe it or not. My something that I really, really, really hated, because I think this is Extinction, is they put the device that's on Jill on Claire.
Was that Steve?
Or is
That
Afterlife?
that was Afterlife again.
Okay. Well, okay.
But still,
Because I haven't seen these ones in a long time.
I think it's more so rage than the anger, the anger and disrespect.
But honestly, like, I can't bring up anything that you didn't. Like, really, you hit it on the nose with that one. If I talk more of what I have to talk about is bitching about Alice. I'm a broken record by this point.
I think we both are by this point.
Everything great about the movie is when Alice isn't there, and then when Alice is there, it's just bad.
It's bad. It really is bad.
Better. Yeah.
I don't even remember the writing. That's the sad thing.
I normally am so good with words, but like literally, yeah, you're right. Like, I can't even like tell you that you're wrong. Like.
Okay, no, I'll tell you, there's one little tidbit thing about Extinction I will say. The guy who played Johnny Cage in the first Mortal Kombat movie, he was in that movie. He was one of the snipers. But that's it.
What?
That's all. Yeah. No joke. No joke. When I did my review, talking about again, I'm gonna link it in the description box below. You guys can check it out. What I do, I say, yo, wait a minute, that's Johnny Cage. I said, that's Johnny Cage.
Good. I might do.
And I was good. That was good. But my number. This is where you fall. But my number 5 match is the one you mentioned is I want to say it's Retribution. Was it? Oh, but not Retribution. I'm sorry. It was as Afterlife.
Huh.
Because, like you said, they put the little spider thing on Claire. That was never.
Escape movie.
Yeah, I'm like, bro. I'm like, why? Why was that on her to begin with?
And
that
they didn't even introduce. Like they've already introduced Jill, so it still would have been an emotional thing.
And it's like none of it just. And I'm going to say it didn't make sense because I don't, like I said, Luther was good. I enjoyed him. It was good to see the Axeman for the first time.
Soundtrack.
Oh God, that's fine. I love that soundtrack so much. But
not to derail, but I'm about to derail for a second. I have yet to find another piece of soundtrack that sounds as good as the Wonder Woman theme. Fight me.
Especially that intro.
That's the guitar riff. It's so
oh my God, man! Woo! That. I'm sorry. Look, 1984 soundtrack couldn't top that one because that when that intro come in, I was in there hype. I was like, I don't know who made this track, but thank you who made this. Right? Ooh, that was a great track too. But anyways, back to but it was like that's not great things. Like we saw Chris for the first time. I was like, cool. But what hurt me about this one was like, so I'm sorry, Claire. Sometimes she had amnesia because of the whole spider machine on her chest. Makes no sense. Okay, you saw Chris in there and Claire can remember him for some dumb reason because of the spider machine. Like the dude kind of looked like Chris from Resident Evil 5 a little bit, but he wasn't Chris. What's the guy? Wentworth Miller, who played I want to say Captain Cold from the Flash series and comics. He's not a bad actor. Matter of fact, I think he's on one of my mom's favorite shows called Prison Break. My mom loves that show. She watches reruns.
He can be a really good actor, and they also just caught him at a really bad time in his life. He was facing a lot of body shaming and
really
homophobia during that time.
I think it's your pick now. Cause where we at?
Oh,
we had number.
I don't even know anymore. I don't remember the ones that I picked. I
okay.
prepared more. I should have been writing them down.
I think the only movies we have left for you, because I said Retribution. Cause I already, if y'all don't, so you haven't seen. So I think you pretty much said them all, Max. You said what? Yeah, you said no. You didn't say Apocalypse. You didn't say Apocalypse. That's the only one.
Apocalypse is my least favorite.
Yeah.
Apocalypse is my least favorite. That's why I haven't said it yet. So I thought was the only good thing about this movie. Which also is a double because it's also one of my least favorite things about this movie. I'll explain why here in a second. Nemesis. I made him look fine. He looked like the video games one, and I think that he looked great. In a way, I like that they gave him a backstory. I thought that was interesting. But at the same fucking time, he is this indestructible force that is so alienated from humanity that he's supposed to be terrifying. So
right.
I can't tell if I love or hate it. So I'm choosing both. I'm bi. I can choose both.
I just gotta clap and laugh at that one. I can do both. So what? Fight me.
Like the rest of okay, so Jill looks like Jill but does not act like Jill. She is a major biatch. But at the same time, she's behind Alice on literally everything. The girl that I liked in the movie that had the recorder thing that died to the zombie kids, she shouldn't have died. That was bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Carlos, that actor. Okay, listen. I don't even know who played Carlos. Can you look him up?
His name is Oded Fair. He was in the two Mummy movies with Brendan Fraser or Brendan Fraser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on here.
Yep.
I want to Google him just for 1 second. I want to know one specific thing about this man. Hold on here.
Yeah. How you spell his name is Oded. That's his first name.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and his last name is. Okay.
He's Israeli, right?
Right.
Why does this man play every non-white man in history? Okay, listen. Like, power to him. Right? Get that money. Hollywood's they're gonna hire you no matter what. Get that money, right? But at the same motherfucking time, why are you playing Egyptian people? Why are you playing Latino people? Why are you boy, pick a lane. Shit.
I'm so dumb.
That's not even a him thing, honestly. It's a Hollywood
Right.
I'm not mad at him at all. Like I said, get that money. You know what? Hollywood's ignorant, profit off of it, right? But damn, man, he played so many different kinds of people, and I'm like, I would have loved to seen these characters be accurately casted. Like, first of all, but Carlos was so serious.
He was
so serious. And I was just like, man, we're not allowed to have a good time. like Carlos is one of those guys that shows up to a party and is like, if there is alcohol here, I'm calling the cops. Like, he was so uptight. When Carlos is a dipshit, and always has been, first of all, even before even the remake, right? So at this point, all they had was the original. Carlos was a mega dipshit. I'm sorry, but literally, Jill slapped
Master sorry to all the Carlos fans out there right now.
Carlos fan. Listen, there's nothing I would not do if that man asked me. But, he is a dumbass. That's his whole thing. Is he is a dumbass, and they made him almost like Chris.
Yeah, they did.
It really felt like they made him a Chris stand-in. When Carlos is his own dude. It's so messed up. But
excuse me.
No. I also, there's a scene in that movie that I feel is genuinely so ridiculous. When she's running through that building with the helicopter shooting out the window.
Oh, God,
shooting at her. She would have been shot.
Yeah. Again, they took that from Code Veronica, I think.
Many times that Alice's plot armor is so obvious, dude. It's
Uh,
just,
she
it's just so, it's dumb.
it
It's
it's
what it is.
dumb. It is dumb. Like I said, like I said, y'all say like this don't start. I said this started great with the first two I picked, but I knew after that we was going downhill with this.
And see, I thought the first one was the only good one.
But oh god. So let me explain Final Chapter to you because this is
Oh yeah,
my
I have not seen it.
so this is where we went to Final Chapter because now if you remember in Retribution, like everybody's in the White House or the Oval Office, wherever it's at. Yeah, because no, it's Wesker, Jill. I think you got Ada, Leon. Everybody standing right there. And so yeah, we gotta get ready to face off with the Red Queen. She's our main big bad. So I'm like, okay, so everyone's gonna be there. We're gonna get. So I'm thinking maybe Chris gonna come back in. So I'm thinking like we're gonna get a really big final story, and maybe we can get like a good ending to this, good end to the series, right? No, I'm gonna tell you how this movie start off. We're back in the White House, but there's no Wesker, there's no Jill, there's no Ada, there's no Leon, there's no Claire. Now I just 5 key characters. I'm saying, right? Now I'm gonna take one of them back because Wesker comes back in the movie. He comes back in the movie, but it was never explained. And I looked at that movie.
Are they not in the movie at all?
They're not in the movie at all. Only ones that's in this movie that you know from heart is Claire, Wesker. Of the classic characters, they're the only 2 characters that's in this entire flick. Now, mind you, yes, because like I've been like unless somebody come out and say it, I don't know. I've been looking through it. I haven't found nothing. Man, you hear me? Eyes.
No sense.
Oh no, that's strike 1. So, oh yeah, that's it gets better. It get better. So now we're going out. So okay, so I'm like, okay, so this is strike 1 for me. So I don't know what's going on. So Alice finds out. Cause mind you, they said the Red Queen went rogue, right? She went rogue. Right.
That's her
so they dropped that plot. That plot of her going rogue. They dropped.
You're joking.
I kid you not. They dropped that whole plot. They dropped everything. I'm like, so what this movie's about then? Right. So then, Alice goes back to Raccoon City where everything happened again. They going back to the hive. I was like, okay. So then, what's that dude named? James Marcus or whatever his name was. I can't remember the name.
Her love interest that died?
Not the love. I can't remember the dude who became Tyrant in Extinction. I think it's James Marcus. I could be wrong. I don't know. But that is not how much I don't care. But anyways. But what happens? So they go back. So then she runs to the guy again, beats him pretty badly. And they come to find out that this guy's a clone.
What?
Oh, wait, because it get better. So eventually, Alice finds. Okay, I'm giving the short version. Alice finds Claire. Then, Claire once again got a messed up boyfriend, as usual in these Resident Evil things. Just like what happened in.
Well, who's her boyfriend? Do we at least know the dude from the
The dude got in. He's not even from the games, and that's the problem I had with that. The dude was not even from the games.
But
they took the story.
So many examples from the
Yeah, that's.
so many bad boyfriends from the games. We could have just picked one.
Yeah, that's true.
Steve.
Oh God, Neil. God.
Neil from Revelations 2.
Oh my God, Neil. Steve, I can kind of forgive but Neil.
Neil's a
You
piece of
just.
shit.
Yes, he was. But so come to find out, Alice is a clone.
Added to that list, but don't kill him. Yeah.
Please don't kill her. Alice needs some love in her life. I mean, God, no, Claire. Claire needs some. Claire needs some love in her life. But come to find out, Alice is a clone of the I can't remember the main guy who helped make Umbrella, who helped create Umbrella. He was her daughter. He ended up getting killed by the main bad guy from Extinction, and then he found out she was a. It's convoluted. It's messy. It didn't make no sense. Then, so you know how good of a villain Wesker was in I want to say in Afterlife, right? They even took the fight scene with Chris and Sheva, which makes me still mad. And you know I ain't touching it. Cause I don't want to touch it. If I ain't gonna go there. I don't want.
Oh my god.
Oh, I did that jump before. I did that one of my videos, that whole side by side with that whole fight scene. But anyways, so guess how Wesker get killed? Are you ready for this one? Mind you, he's one of the main bad guys in the Resident Evil series. He gets fired, the door kills him, cuts off his leg.
What?
Yes. So when I told you in the beginning, were you happy you didn't watch it? Be happy you didn't watch it. Because the whole thing, a door literally cuts his legs off, and then certain of the hive explodes, killing Wesker and Alice original. It's weird because Alice is nothing but a clone herself. If you think about, yes, and then nothing was never explained. That's why this junk is the worst. Mind you, I did 2 reviews for this. I watched it the second time. Maybe there's something I missed. Maybe there's something I actually like about this. No, it's not. Because then I really want to say his name is James Marcus. I could be wrong, but I'll just say James Marcus just for my sanity. So with James Marcus, he has all the abilities of Wesker now. The super speed, all that, the healing ability, stuff like that. And I'm like, when it got to that fight scene, I was already done with this movie. Mind you, you remember the little elevator scene in Resident Evil 6 where you see all these little people in these little pods and stuff like that?
Yeah.
That was the ending scene.
The ending scene?
The ending scene, they had some people fall off the pods and stuff like that. It was then when the movie ended, because the thing, what was going to happen, James Marcus was going to French fry the Earth so they can start over again. That was his whole goal. Like, hey, we're gonna scorch it. Yeah, like yeah. But again, I was like, if you're gonna do that plan, why not have Wesker turn his back on James Marcus instead of having a clone and do that and at least give Wesker? It's so messed up and convoluted. It didn't make sense. Then when the movie,
I think I figured it out.
what you figure out?
W.S. Anderson did not want to make an accurate movie. He wanted to give us a drunk girl's retelling of the video games.
But wait, it gets better because I'm gonna say these 2 things, and then that's it. This video probably pretty much gonna be done. But what ended up happening is, so if Alice cures the Earth, the premise the virus dies and people gotta start over. So if she does it, kills the infected, then kind of kills herself, but she didn't die. But it just killed they killed the infected side of herself. Meaning all the little superpowers that Alice had, that's gone now. Again, for the second time, that's gone. So then when the movie ends, it has an open ending. It has an open-ended ending. If I'm saying that right.
Okay.
So when Alice takes the most,
make more games.
Yes, because Mia got mad when they was doing the reboot for Welcome to Raccoon City. She wanted to be a part. They're like, no, we kind of good on Alice.
She
we don't
wanted to be in Welcome to Raccoon. You're joking.
I wish I was. I was like, no.
Pretend you're lying to me.
Max, I wish I was lying to you.
Did you say it in an interview or something?
I can't remember if it was in an interview or not, but I think she said she was. I don't think she made a big hoo-ha about it, but I know she said she was kind of disappointed that she wasn't supposed to be in. Want to be in the film.
Disappointed you're in the film.
That's my point. That's my point exactly. That's exactly my point. I was like, we're tired of Alice.
She's heard this side of the community that hates the movie so fucking much.
Yeah.
She really doesn't. They don't care about the fans.
they and that's the thing about it because nobody don't. I like Mia's a good actress, but we're tired of seeing Alice. Then I'm gonna make this point right quick, and this one I'm gonna really end this thing at. But so pretty much, again, I'm gonna do my best to give you the short version. Paul W.S. Anderson wanted the reason that Alice was in all these movies besides Welcome to Raccoon City. He wanted his wife to be in the games. I think I told you this. I think when we were playing Resident Evil one day, I was telling you about this.
I don't remember
So,
this. I would love to hear about it.
Nope. I'm gonna tell you right now. He wanted his wife to be in the games. He wanted his wife. That's why she's always in the movies. He wanted his wife to be in the games. I wanted Shinji Mikami, who created Resident Evil. They had a phone call, and he's pretty much Paul was like, "Hey, I was wondering why my wife and I in these games and this, that, and the other." And Shinji said, pretty much saying like, again, paraphrasing this, he was like, well, pretty much the reason why your wife is not, say, yeah, I'm gonna put your wife in the games, but she's gonna be so unrecognizable, and when people are not gonna recognize it would be. And Paul was like, "Why are you gonna do that?" Because with each one of my characters you put in your movies, it was unrecognizable. Like Jill Claire, who one of the top tier female characters in the horror game, takes a backseat to a person that's never even been in the games. And mine.
I hope he does.
So that's the only time I hope she dies. I'm sorry. If he actually put Alice in the Resident Evil, I hope she dies. I kid you not. I will welcome that death for that character.
I want her to be recognizable, right? I want her to be recognizable. And I want her to mutate into something very ugly that you have to kill.
Says, "Oh no, Alice! Oh, ain't no, oh no, Alice! No, give me that bazooka! We're blowing her up." And so the crazy thing was, again, doing my research, there wasn't supposed to be a sixth film. Paul was like, "If my wife is not in the next Resident Evil game, was Resident Evil 6, I'm going to butcher this movie. I'm going to butcher the characters." And so my only guess is the reason we didn't see these other characters in because Paul was so butthurt that Alice wasn't in the games.
That makes sense.
And that's I guess that's kind of the only conclusion that I can come up with.
Yeah,
that's on. They just because even they asked the actors like why he wasn't in the game. They're like, we don't know. Unless they or contract not to say anything about it. We don't know why they wasn't in the last film. So that's our tier list. I know
everything sucks.
Everything sucks. Like I said, like the first one gets a great pass. Man, I enjoyed it. Welcome to Raccoon City. It's not good, but it's passable. But everything else is just downhill slope. You're just going down that snowball hill to hell. It just.
Do you think hell is us having to watch those movies on loop forever?
Oh yes, it is. Yes it is. Oh, 100.
Be like, I found you both. Movie night, bitches.
So what we watching? No, let me out. Let me out. You're evil. I know. I mean, yeah, man. So the next time we do a tier list like this again, definitely gonna be the Cheesy Eyes movies. I definitely gotta take time to watch Vendetta.
I need to rewatch Damnation.
Matter of fact, I gotta rewatch all of them. Matter of fact, we're gonna probably do like a review for like maybe so that way we can just.
I own Degeneration and Vendetta. I don't own Damnation, so I'll have to find a way to get it.
Yeah, we can definitely find a way to get it. But guys, Max, where can they find you at?
My house. Called Chaos Council. I have a Twitch called Chaos Council. I don't stream anymore. I would like to get into it.
My house. I was expecting that answer though.
Yeah, my Patreon, really. Chaos Council. I do art and write stuff. That's pretty much it, honestly. Like,
But yeah, please check out my buddy Matt.
Stuff.
Matt's got some. I read some of Matt's poems, and I love it. And even some of his artwork, I love it too. So guys, please check out my buddy Matt. Check him out.
I
Begging you.
I know you're already here if you see this, but like, follow him on Twitch, follow him on YouTube. Like, y'all need to shape up. All right? Don't you have a Twitter? Something like that.
I do it. Yeah. I definitely have a Twitter. Y'all can find all the. Please, guys. Please, guys. Yeah, just follow all my other social media accounts. Again, thanks to my buddy Max. I appreciate you so much for joining me. I love you so much.
Having me here. I was trying to mute my mic because I keep I'm pouring myself some cereal.
I know. I was like, I really want to know what kind of cereal you eating. All right, that's a good one right there. But anyways, guys, please make sure you like, share, subscribe. Come to that random side. I love you guys so much. Eat your Apple Jacks. You don't eat that old brand Apple Jacks. That off brand Apple Jacks. Hashtag Victorious Kitchen, guys. I love you so much. Again, can't thank Matt enough for joining me. Like I said, I'm gonna have a fun time editing this video. This video gonna be fun to edit. But again, love you, deuces, and I will see you all in the next video. Y'all take it easy. Bye bye.
I wish I found some better sounds. No one